What is up guys, Farhan here. This is probably the most hyped up motorcycle of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Harley Davidson Pan America 1250 Special. Huge thanks to Harley Davidson for lending me this bike to do a review with. I have to say that I'm pretty nervous about doing a review on the Pan America. We're pulling out all the stocks for this review and hope you guys like it. Alright guys, so before we begin this riding review, I just want to say that I'm very thankful and blessed for the opportunity given to me by Harley Davidson Asia Pacific to do a review on the Harley Davidson Pan America 1250 Special. This is the most hyped up bike of 2021. While doing my research, there's so much reviews online about the Pan America, and I cannot believe that I'm actually given a chance to review one. Before we start, this particular model is the Special, which is the top variant of the Pan America 1250. This is actually the Bajaj Orange and Stone White Pearl color, and the other two colors are Deadwood Green and Vivid Black with Gauntlet Grey Metallic. So being a special bike, I actually gave her a name. Her name is Haley, after Haley Deegan. I named her after the NASCAR driver. I follow NASCAR for a long time and I decided to name it after her since I'm a huge fan of Haley Deegan. Okay, I know it's cringy but whatever. Okay, so let's start with the review. This is actually manufactured in 2021. So coming from the era, it uses a transponder. I'm just gonna keep my transponder in the pocket. It's quite easy to lose these things, by the way. So yeah, speaking from my experience lah. So starting up is pretty straightforward. Okay, so the ignition is actually here on the handlebar control. So and automatically the suspension adjusts, which is the adaptive ride height. Automatically when you turn on the bike and you sit on it, you start it up just like this. It will automatically sense your weight and it will lower down accordingly lah. Okay, so the ignition is over here. To off the bike, right, you just switch this tab over here and the bike shuts off automatically. I mean, the screen will disappear after a while, the headlights and tail light will disappear. So that's how to shut off the bike and just simply walk away. Alright, so I'm gonna do the riding review now. Starting her up, just push the tab down, the ignition right here. I have tested this bike for like almost 5 hours already. I mean, for the 5 hours that this bike has been with me, I've been out riding, trying to get a feel of it, getting used to it. And I must say that the learning curve isn't that huge. I pretty much adapt to this bike very quickly. The handling is super easy. It feels almost like my NC750. It's actually a good handling bike, I must say, for a Harley. Granted that I've never ridden any harder Harleys before, and yeah, since I've rode this bike for quite a while, in stop situation it's actually pretty good. It's not cumbersome at all. It changes gears very easily, and to get to neutral is also pretty easy. There's no struggling to change your gears. For those class 2 riders, I'm sure you guys have faced this issue whereby when you want to engage to neutral, right, you will have difficulty and you always play around with first and second gear until you get to neutral. This bike, no issue, it easily goes into neutral very easily. So for the Pan America, after riding it for quite a while, I noticed that she just wants to go fast. She has that wanna go fast kind of thing, like, but yet I'm still able to control her, you know, and stay within the speed limit pretty easily. It's not like the Z1000 whereby, you know, she just wants to accelerate faster and faster and I have to like let down the throttle. But the Pan America really maintains its speed very well. It's not that cumbersome to handle in city traffic. She can be an everyday commuter if you want to, you know. So I'm not sure if this goes with other Harleys, but the Pan America itself isn't like any typical Harley lah. It's really built as an adventure bike and its engine is different, its platform is different, everything about it is different lah. So it's unlike the typical Harley. It's kind of big, kind of loud, kind of thumping, and really attracts a lot of attention. The engine is quite mellow, not that loud. You know, it doesn't have that oomph that a typical Harley would have lah. It has the nice sounding idle sound, as you can hear. I'm not sure if you can hear. It does have the nice sounding purr that, you know, it's very pleasing to the ears, in my personal opinion. It's an easy handling machine and yeah, at first when I got the bike from Harley Davidson of Singapore, I'm kind of intimidated by it, you know, given that it's a Harley, but I learned to ride this bike pretty quickly lah. It's not a huge learning curve as with some of the bigger CC bikes that I've ever ridden. It's a very easy going bike that you can ride, you know. Even I feel as if I can daily this bike every day, you know. No issues with that. Speaking of adventure bike, right, this is Harley's first ever adventure bike. Years of development behind the Pan America, taking into consideration the kind of stuff that adventure riders would typically do on an adventure bike. Harley has, you know, packed a lot of technology on this bike, such as ride-by-wire, throttle, cruise control. There's like 6 different riding modes that I've yet to really explore because I'm currently in road mode now, and I'm told that in sport mode it can actually go it really goes. I have to say that if you are transitioning from a Honda NC750 and you are going to a Harley Pan America, it's a very easy bike to ride on, especially for experienced riders. I think they will appreciate the Pan America pretty well. Right, so today, since this is an adventure bike, maybe I bring around to Neo Teo, Lim Chu Kang area, you know, let her experience the curves of Neo Teo. Since we cannot go into Malaysia. I have no trouble handling her at all, even though she's kind of bulky. Earlier I was in a traffic jam and it's not really that intimidating to lane split with the Pan America. It's actually kind of compact. I mean, my arms aren't really stretched out or very high, you know, as a typical monkey bars, you know, for the typical Harley cruisers, you know, that Harley cruisers like to put. Alright, so we're entering Neo Teo. Whew. I can imagine right now like I'm touring, you know, in maybe KL. Or riding the kampung roads, you know. This bike is really meant to be a tourer and a heavy off-roader. Looking at the reviews online, it's like, wow, the bike reviewers, they really bashed this bike off-road, and I think I'm gonna do that with the Pan America. I'm gonna go to Jalan Bahtera, you know, take her on the gravel roads. Thank God that I went through Tommy's Route 55 Adventures off-road training. At least I got a rough idea on how to handle a bike off-road lah. So Harley has this vibe of like wanting to go fast, you know, like, but yet it's not that cumbersome to maintain its speed limit, and the throttle response is pretty damn good. I mean, whew. You get that instant torque if you want to. It leans into the corners very well. I mean, wow, I mean, it's just a comfortable kind of ride, you know. Negotiating this corner right here, this bend, you know, I'm imagining like I'm in Thailand right now, you know, in the rural roads. And the Pan America is really a dream to handle, you know. She just takes in the corners very well. It leans wherever you want to lean. The bike isn't really fighting you, and that instant torque when you need it is there, you know. Whew. That was fun, man. Oh my gosh, I'm really amazed at the Pan America's handling. It's the kind of bike that you really, you know, take on a tour, you know. I can really see myself going up to Thailand with the Pan America. Taking into the corner right here. Whew. Flawless. I feel really confident with the bike. Being distraction control, you can also disable it. So according to the official specs, the fuel tank is actually 21.2 litre, and there's a projected range of 5.5 litres per 100 kilometers. Typical of a class 2, maybe slightly high on fuel consumption. can really play the corners, man. Look at me. Look at this. Just easily leaning into the corners. I mean, you don't need to really bend down or use your butt to negotiate this bend, you know. It just follows you wherever you go, you know. I mean, I cannot go fast lah, because these corners are quite blind, There's blind corners here, so yeah, but I can really see myself conquering the curves of Myeongson. Woo, damn, the top is pretty awesome, Alright. Oh my god, this bike really goes, guys. It really goes. There is no doubt about it. It just wants to go faster. The acceleration is really tip-top. Among all of the bikes that I've ridden before, this is probably the torquiest bike. So as you can see, it really maintains speed very well. It's really a bike that you're meant to conquer the highways with. Oh lama, I skipped Jalan Batra. Okay, never mind. You just go to the end first. I could really see myself, you know, riding the North-South highway on the Pan America, maxing out its top speed. This is really built for the highway, and you don't feel as if you're going fast, you know. You feel like, hey, you're going at normal speed, you know. It's that comfortable of a ride, guys. I've never really been to this part of Lim Chu Kang Road before, but from what I see online, there's like a jetty at the end. So yeah, of course, going to make a U-turn so we can test Harley's capability on the gravel road. Oh yeah, another thing that I like to mention is that the adaptive ride height. So the adaptive ride height is basically like when the bike comes to a stop, the bike actually lowers about 10 millimeters, so that yeah, you can really feel but I don't know if on camera you can really see, but you can really feel that the bike is going lower. Okay, and once you're ready to move off again, the bike rises again to 10 millimeter, and I can really feel but earlier this morning when we did some principal photography, and I tested out on the camera, you cannot really see it on the camera so it's kind of like a very subtle height adjustment from the bike and this is the world's first. Only the Harley Pan America has it, no other bike has it before, and probably I'm not too surprised if in future other bikes will have it also.
The Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 is named after the Pan American Highway, a 30,000 km stretch of road that traverses the entire length of continental North and South America. Harley-Davidson's is known for their cruisers, choppers, and Grand American touring bikes. The Pan America is Harley's first ever adventure touring bike, built to compete with the likes of BMW and KTM. HD, however, took a different route and made it their own. Packed with electronics, the Pan America is a true 21st century bike. It has all the relevant driving aids for the adventure tourer. Speaking of which, to aid shorter riders of the intimidating high seats of adventure bikes, the Pan America Special is equipped with adaptive ride height system, automatically lowering the bike 10mm when it comes to a stop. This feature is the world's first, and so far as of the recording of this video, is only found on the Pan America Special. It is also available as an add-on for the base model. Engine is a newly developed Pan America exclusive, the Revolution Max 1250, a 1252cc liquid-cooled 2-cylinder DOHC 60-degree V-twin with fuel injection and a 6-speed manual transmission.
So steering position wise, it's quite aggressive. So in this position, the handlebars, they are quite compact surprisingly. And also my legs, they are bent like this, kind of like a KTM kind of Duke steering position. Quite aggressive, I must say, for an adventure bike, but also quite comfortable. It's kind of ergonomical also. I don't feel any back pain as I'm riding on long periods of time, and my legs also quite comfortable. But one issue that I take with, especially for city riding for the Pan America, it can get kind of hot So this guy is definitely meant for the highways as opposed to city riding. Okay, and being a 2020s era bike, it's packed with technology. This bike, I think it's packed with more technology than the space shuttle or the Apollo spacecraft itself. It uses a transponder as opposed to a key. The key only applies when you actually want to lock the handlebar of the bike in place. So you have the key here. The handlebar locks. And also, you want to fill any gas, it uses a key. So that's what the key is actually for lah. Other than that, it's actually a keyless motorcycle. A notable feature of the Pan America is the 6.8 TFT infotainment system right here. There's like 5 riding modes you can play with this bike. Rain, road, sports, off-road and custom lah. So for you tech-savvy guys and you don't like, you know, to have a phone stand over here on the handlebar, right? There's actually phone connectivity. You can actually link the infotainment system with your phone's Bluetooth. You can play music. There's also GPS for this bike, but unfortunately for the Singaporean Pan Americas, currently Harley is still in talks with the government to get this feature on board for the Singaporean Pan Americas. When you're riding high speeds, you feel the wind is really on your face. The windshield is actually adjustable. You can also like adjust it to different heights, as there's like different inserts. If you really don't want it that high, you know, since it'll spoil the lines of the bike, right? You can actually adjust it accordingly, you know, because there's like little multiple slots for you to adjust the height of the windshield accordingly lah. And it's very simple, just pull in the lever and up and down. Definitely for those long touring trips, you need to charge your phone on the go. So to the right of the infotainment system, right over here, there's a USB-C port. It's protected by a cap from the elements. Surprisingly, despite a newly released bike, right, there's actually a lot of accessories in the market, mostly from OEM manufacturers themselves, Harley Davidson. Engine guards, skid plate, foot pegs, high seats, adventure windscreen which is higher than this, side panniers and etc lah. All these you can check on Harley's website lah. Alright guys, so we're gonna hear how the horn actually sounds like. Very nice. The sound is not too bad. It's pretty loud, I must say. So let's talk about price. So being the most expensive country in the world to own a motorcycle, don't expect the price to be the same as those in the US because ARF, custom duties, import taxes all apply here in Singapore. So yeah, let's start with the standard model, which is the base model, 46,900. Special edition, which is this model that I have right here. That's for the single tone, it means one color, which is available in Deadwood Green and Vivid Black. It's 56,900. And if you want this Pearl White or Bajaj Orange color, which I have right here, it's 57,900. So the price actually includes customs duties, ARF, license plate registration fees, road tax 7%, GST, and IU unit with bracket lah. Additionally, for new purchases of all HD motorcycles, customers will actually receive a 1-year complimentary HOG, which is Harley Owners Group International Membership, which allows customers to access HOG assist programs for roadside assistance. Alright, so guys, as promised, I'm on the gravel road. Really nervous about this. Okay, but we are going to change to off-road. Oh my god. Oh my god. It handles beautifully off-road, yeah. I mean, it's like, wow. It's like a dream handling it off-road. You know, it really grips the gravel road very well. There's no struggle for you. Oh my god, guys, it's really a dream to handle this off-road, man. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, I'm really speechless. I don't know what to say. It's like, I'm freaking speechless right now. It really grips the gravel road very well. Unlike my NC, right, you can feel as if you are going to fishtail, but you don't feel it on the Pan America. Oh my god, guys, I don't feel any fishtailing at all. It absorbs all of the bumps and potholes. If only I had this bike while I was on Tommy's Route 55 adventure course, you know. It'd be awesome, sir. I think you are able to go fast on gravel road, but for me, I don't dare yet. I need to go for Tommy's a level 2 or level 3 course before I can really max out the off-road capabilities, you know. It's a dream to bring this bike off-road, sir. I love this bike. I love this bike. I love this bike. I love this bike.
Design-wise, it doesn't have the look of a typical adventure bike, with its signature beak and beastly body. Instead, the Pan America takes its design cues from the Fat Bob and Road Glide. It is recognizably Harley Davidson. Reactions have been mixed, but in my personal opinion, I really love the design, and it brings out a fresh look into the adventure class of bikes.
Allow me to share my personal thoughts and opinions on how the Harley Pan America 450 will fit into the Singaporean market. You know, I mean, this bike is definitely in the premium category. Looking at the price range for the bike, you know, I mean, it's up there with the BMW GS 1200 and the KTM Super Adventure, and unfortunately for our Singaporean riders, most of them don't really go for, you know, this kind of bike unless they have the money, or basically they are really into the bike. Like Azizu, you know, is a big Ducati fan and he bought a Multistrada, and you know, he's just your average Joe. It all boils down to your perspective and individual preference lah. If you feel that you cannot afford a high-end class 2 bike, then you definitely can afford lah. But if you feel that, you know, you can go for Pan America, why not? And personally, I feel that it's too technologically advanced for Singapore roads. I mean, there's like this bike is packed with technology, man. I mean, even the GPS isn't activated for the Pan Americas in Singapore because they have to wait for the government approval. And the adaptive ride height system, I mean, it's a good add-on, it's a good feature, and we shall see down the road how it will really stack up to other adventure bikes when they have this in future, you know, when they have this feature. But personally, I think right now it's still too gimmicky lah, given that it's still somewhat in its infancy stage and only the Pan America has this, so it's a bit gimmicky lah in my personal opinion. But I think it's nice to have. I mean, if you're a rider 165 like me, it's a really awesome feature to have lah. I mean, Harleys, personally, you rarely see them around in Singapore. Even the other cruiser models like the Street Bob, Road Glide, you don't really see them around. You rarely see them. And the only time I've seen like a lot of Harleys gathering at one place is at Sanfu in Kaki Bukit. Because most Harley riders like to go to that workshop to do the Harleys lah. And personally, I feel that given the brand's reputation, it's definitely a status symbol. It's more for Harley fans and like really hardcore adventure riders out there lah. So I think probably if a rider has a GS 1200, you can probably consider the Pan America. And personally, after riding this bike for like a few hours, I've come to love the Pan America actually. It's one of the well-built and best handling bikes that I've ever ridden. I might just consider the Pan America in future. I don't know. We shall see. Given that Singapore's high prices, I definitely wouldn't want to get a Singapore registered one lah. This is really a good adventure off-roader, and also awesome tourer, you know. Looking at the numerous reviews of the Pan America 1250, it's a really well-built machine lah. And yeah, riding this right now, I really can vouch that it's an awesome machine lah. But unfortunately, the high prices, that's definitely gonna sway riders away from the Pan America lah. And most Singaporean riders, they're looking for, you know, practicality in a motorbike. They seem to love scooters a lot. because there's like under-seat storage, twist and go, no need to change gear, no headaches of changing modes or whatsoever. They're going for convenience lah. But if you're an avid adventure rider, avid tourer, you can really consider the Pan America lah. Alright guys, just finished a whole day of shooting with the Pan America with Zah and also Zah's friend Ali, who's behind the camera right now. Thank you guys for be willing to do this review with us lah. And what do you think of the
Pan American? The technology that comes with it is very impressive, especially the adjustable ride height. With the GS, the KTM and the Africa Twin, I'm actually tiptoeing. But with this, I can actually put down the ball of my foot, on the floor. It's not too tall, and when I sat down on it, it's pretty light, compared to the GS.
I think I already said what I need to say in the review, so there's no need for me to repeat myself. For this, the Pan America, I have to confess, the Pan America is now my dream bike. It's no more the XADV already.
So, do you want to get this?
Yeah, I really want the Pan America now. And who knows, maybe down the road when I have cukup rezeki, I want to say enough money, some spare cash, I'll probably get the Pan America lah.
Yeah.
I never thought that Harley Davidson will actually come out with an adventure bike.
Yeah, I mean that we none of us actually ever thought of that. The Harley Davidson will come out with an adventure bike,
and they really started out very strong with the Pan America.
Hopefully, with this video, right, we will be able to make more videos with the Harley Davidson range of bikes that's available, in Singapore.
We want to.
Not only that, Harley owners out there, if you have a very nice ride, a sick ride that you can share with us, do contact us. We would love to get you on the show.
Yeah, and this is our first Harley,
this is our first Harley,
our first Harley review, And to come out strong with a ultimate review of the Pan America is really something,
Yes.
Yeah, and once again, this bike is loaned out to me by Harley Davidson Asia Pacific. Thank you so much for this opportunity, to borrow us this Pan America for the ultimate review. I have to say that to get a chance to actually review and ride the Pan America, it is really blessed. I'm really blessed. We're really blessed.
Yeah, I mean, I also didn't expect that a big company to actually approach us and, hey, come, we have a new bike for you to make a video with.
Yes.
I'm really very grateful, for the journey that we have gone through.
Any riders who want to review the bike, ask to get in touch with us on our social media pages below.
Okay, Harley Davidson out there.
Harley Davidson.
If you have any comments, suggestion, feedbacks that you wanna voice out, put in the comment section below. Like and share this video with your riding kakis, and don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to get our merch at our Shopee right below. The link is below. You can get this neck garter, stickers. Every purchase of our merchandise will actually help us improve our production quality lah. Hopefully, we want to come to that direction with what happened today lah. For this review lah, actually. Yeah, to get a car and to get rolling shots is out of our league lah, actually.
An iconic American institution, Harley Davidson is as American as apple pie. A brand rich in history and heritage. Well known all over the world for producing cruisers, thumping down the American interstate highway system, and the main stereotype of American biker lifestyle and culture. However, in an ever-evolving world, Harley has to innovate, and the Pan America is an ambitious entry into the adventure segment, providing a tech-heavy machine with a fresh outlook. Also a big departure from the usual offerings. Reactions from the biker community have mostly been positive. Will this be Harley's salvation? Only time will tell.
That's it for the vlog, and we will see you in the next one.